Sometimes the sadness doesn't come from what happened, it comes from what didn't. The conversations that never took place, the versions of you that never existed, the life you imagined but never stepped into. You're not broken, you're grieving a life you never got to live. This kind of grief doesn't announce itself. There's no funeral, no closure, no one checking in. It shows up in quiet moments, late at night, when you see someone living a life that looks familiar, almost like it was meant to be yours. It's the grief of almost tried, almost left, almost became someone else. And because nothing bad technically happened, you feel guilty for feeling this way. Every choice you didn't make created a version of you that never existed. The confident you, the brave you, the one who left earlier, the one who stayed longer, the one who said no, the one who said yes. They don't disappear. They linger in your imagination, and sometimes it feels like you're mourning people who were never born, but felt real to you. The grief cuts deep because it's tied to identity. It's not about what you lost, it's about who you could have been. You wonder, would I be happier? Would I be stronger? Would I recognize myself? And the uncertainty hurts more than a clear loss because there's no ending, only unanswered questions. It's easy to romanticize the life you didn't live. In your mind, that version of life has no flaws, no consequences, no unexpected pain, but every path has weight. Every version of you would have carried something heavy. Still knowing that doesn't make the grief disappear, it just reminds you that longing isn't always logical. As time passes, the gap grows between who you are and who you thought you would be by now. You don't just grieve the past, you grieve the future you imagined. And with every year, it feels harder to start over, harder to rewrite the story, harder to believe it's not too late. Part of the pain comes from not having a name for it. You'll tell yourself, others have it worse, I should be grateful, this isn't real loss. But grief doesn't need permission. If it hurts, it matters. Acknowledging this grief doesn't mean you failed. It means you care deeply about who you might become. Healing doesn't mean forgetting that life. It means accepting that some versions of you were meant to exist only as lessons, not realities. And maybe, just maybe, the grief isn't telling you to look backward. Maybe it's reminding you that parts of you still want to live, that some dreams aren't dead, they're just waiting for courage. You're grieving a life you never got to live, but you're still alive, still becoming, still allowed to change direction. The story isn't over, just because one chapter never happened. And the most painful grief of all would be realizing you stopped trying entirely.